NAP poll by the Confederation of Indian Industry suggests that companies are expecting revenues to fall more than 40% in the financial year 2020 to 21. 54% of the companies who responded to the poll also predict job losses. We asked Dr. Jayati Ghosh, a development economist and a professor at Jawaharlal Nehru University, what she thinks should be done to combat the rising insecurities and the floundering economy.
To begin with, we should have given people a week, like many other countries have done. And in that time, facilitated people's movement in a proper way, so that with proper physical distancing, and given them enough to survive on during the period of the lockdown. So we should have been providing, and we still must provide, enough food and some minimum income, say 7,000 rupees a month per household, during the period of the lockdown. Because you can't tell people you're not allowed to go out and earn your livelihood, but we will not help you support yourself in between. So that's what they should have done and what they still must do. But in addition, it's not just demand. You also have to look at supply. Now, see, you can't close everything and then say essentials will continue to be supplied. How will they be continued to? You have to make sure you can't just allow them, you have to enable them. And that means not just farming, but a whole lot of production of mass consumption items. And those require inputs. Those require other services like delivery and packaging and so on. So you have to make sure all of those are functioning as well. So that requires coordination and planning. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any of that throughout this whole period.
Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General of CII, reportedly told Hindustan Times that the government could announce a fiscal stimulus package for the industry and implement it on a fast-track mode. We reached out to Rajat Sethi, a public policy graduate from Harvard Kennedy School and political advisor to Chief Minister of Manipur.
I believe that philosophically speaking, the key constituents and the principal stakeholders of the government should be the poor and the vulnerable. Yeah. Ensuring that direct benefit transfers happen to them on a regular basis should be priority number 1, 2, 3 till 10. Any kind of a fiscal stimulus package which needs to be given to the corporates should only happen once you've fully taken care of the poor and the destitute for the foreseeable 6 to 7 months or so. Once you have that dry powder with you, ready to serve them, is when you should start thinking, how can you support certain specific sectors within the corporate India. Some of them could be either through providing some credit guarantees, also ensuring that certain sectors, especially the tourism, aviation sector, has certain benefits on the taxation side, or stuff like that. That thinking can evolve, and that thinking should evolve only after you are taking care of your principal constituents.
On being asked what can be done to combat the insecurities rising among companies, Rajat Sethi said,
"What appears logical is to ensure that a significant amount of confidence is instilled in the India Incorporated. There has to be more outreach from the MSME ministry, from the corporate ministry, and there should be an active conversation with various CEOs and the senior leadership of these firms, so as to ensure that their principal stakeholders, who are their workers, are not laid off in this time, their salaries aren't cut, and whatever support the corporates can extend to them should be extended. This is what I feel, number one. Number two could be that all the government can do right now is to continue ensuring that the cash handouts to the poor reach in a timely manner, so that the demand coming in from the base of the pyramid is intact. So we will see that there will be more and more of financial direct benefit transfer support to the poor and the vulnerable sections of our society, who can then in turn drive the engine from the demand side.
When we shared Dr. Ghosh's suggestions to not merely allow but also enable the supplies, here's what Mr. Sethi said.
So what Dr. Jayati had mentioned, that there has to be more of an enabling gesture from the government. I agree. What the industry right now needs is the clarity on what the economic roadmap is in the next few days. The first thing is, of course, when is the lockdown going to end? That needs to be communicated to them in some format. Like, are we measuring a technical parameter like the R0, or ensuring that the curve is flattening, before which we can open the economy full-fledgedly? the industry needs some level of clarity. That's number one. Number two is that a philosophical shift has to come into the corporations and the MSMEs, that the principal stakeholders are their workers. Now, if they do not take care of the workers at this juncture, most of them will be forced to go back to where they've migrated from, and there'll be very few incentives for them to come and join the workforce immediately. So it is in their interest to take care of the salaries, the wages of these workers in the short term. And of course, once the supply chains are back, we will see that, and hope we can also hope that the demand doesn't completely crash, and there are not permanent structural damages either in the labor force markets or in the overall economy. And then you can hope that the economy will revive. But there is a big if. Principally, if you see that a lot of migrants are getting impatient without any wages in the cities that they are currently stranded in, they will have no incentives of staying back in these cities. They would want to board those trains and want to urgently go back and stay with their families in this stressful time. How will they get back to the work site is a big question. And they will see, they will presume that the agriculture and the agricultural economy has an infinite capacity to absorb all the workforce that is coming back to the rural areas. That unfortunately isn't true. This is in a way indirect or a disguised unemployment of sorts. You cannot have a gainful employment just by reaching back to your villages and working and getting engaged temporarily in the agricultural activities. So these workers will have to have that confidence, and that confidence has to come from multiple stakeholders, from the government, from the opposition, from the corporate, so that they are not in a perpetual sense of fear that coming to the cities means that they will be permanently locked down.
Right.
They should have the confidence that once they come back, there will be gainful employment, they will have their wages back, their interests will be protected, their adequate safety would be given to them.
A major portion of those who participated in the CII survey anticipate that while it will take somewhere between 6 to 12 months for their own companies to recover, it will take more than a year for the economy to attain normalcy. We asked Rajat Sethi how long does he think it will take.
Ultimately, it is them, not people in the government or professors or academicians or the intellectuals who are going to run these businesses. It is India Inc. who has to run these corporations, these businesses, these factories, these industries. If they feel that their comfort zone will happen somewhere around the last quarter of this fiscal year, then I think that's where the realistic number is. And we will presume that the operations will snap back to the level of pre-COVID time only till the last quarter, only by the last quarter of this financial year. And that's what I'm also expecting, that the impact will be substantial for the next 3 quarters. If not this pronounced as it is in this quarter, it will be subdued to an extent, but nonetheless, you will not see normalcy, so to say, in for the next 3 quarters.
The Indian economy had already slowed down before we were struck by the coronavirus situation. The pandemic has made things worse. It is also true that some sections of the society are more gravely impacted than the others and therefore should be tended to as priority. While we rely on expert opinions and estimates, we are yet to see how the recovery process actually pans out.